Hello, I'm Brianna. Welcome to my life on paper, where paper and pictures tell my story. This is going to be a very interesting video, but this maybe not an interesting video. But I am back from Florida, and I was just going to go through everything and kind of let you know what was a good idea and what wasn't. Also, interestingly enough, while you stare at this stuff, we do have like a scale. It's a hand. It's a scale for checking how much your luggage weighs. My husband does a lot of traveling for work and stuff, so we have these. It hooks around the handle and you hold it up, and then it tells you how much how much it weighs to your suitcase. So we had that along, and I packed this suitcase full, and it had more in it than I did the first time, and I knew that because I had stuck in different things in different suitcases. So packed it full, and it was just about 50, and we didn't want to play around with how accurate it was. So I took some paper out. So I'm going to show you a couple things that got, well, actually, and the watercolor pencils, because I was just a little nervous, and it was just one more thing to get into a different suitcase that didn't take up a lot of room in a different suitcase, but took some weight out of this one. We had two carry-ons that we could, we weren't concerned how heavy they were. So, okay, so let's get to this. So this was not in the suitcase. It was a different one, but this was totally a need. It's just totally Tiffany, and it's where I don't use this other than traveling, and it's where I put on most of my stuff when I was there. So there's that. Scissors obviously need that. This was a very good choice. Now, I didn't use it, but I almost did. So this are old, close to my heart, obviously. They're supposed to be looking like ribbons, but it would be, I almost used the Rick Rack for a border strip, and so these would be very good borders. This was a good choice, even though I didn't use it. I have my little trays, which I always love to have to hold miscellaneous items while you're working with them, so good thing. I thought I was going to use this. I do have a couple stencils in here. I did not. I did some paper tearing, actually. Actually, you know what I did? I took this stencil and I used it as, I drew it out with pencils and then I tore it. So I did use this, so this was very good. I was doing summer. I would take this again. I did not use anything in there. It's going to be really long if I need to get new Cricut Joy mats, but that was a must. This was something that just got stuck in from something else. Oops. Okay, my phone holder, I do like that. It has nothing to do with scrapbooking. And it's heavy too. What else do we have here? I did bring some buttons. I didn't use them. That's okay. There was a couple random things really that got in here. My inks, I took a kind of a rainbow selection. I didn't have a pink, but I do have a coral. So here's some pens. I would totally bring those again. A stippling brush, I don't think I used that. Flowers, I like the option of having them. I did not use those. Random tile letter stickers, which I totally did use. Sticky notes, I used a lot of those. That was a very good thing to have. Here's just some extra, when you get to packing, it gets thrown in, but this was, has to go back in with my concert stuff, so I was using that. Here's my gel pad, which I did use for the first time. Summer papers, totally needed, totally loved. My little spatula, and I'm not sure that I used that, but I could have. What else we got here? My everything tool, always good to have along. We have these that I was using with some inks. So, and they weigh nothing and they don't take up much space, so that was a good thing. What else do we have here? Here's my travel stuff. That was a good thing to have along. Black cardstock, yep, very good. This I did not end up using, but I thought in case I needed some alphas, that was their stamps. That was a good thing. I must have had winter things probably later in the month that I was going to scrapbook, so this was a just in case. I did not use any winter stuff. These, I did use some of these. These are close to my heart, and I have them in there, so I took them off the sheet they were on, but they were supposed to kind of, I think they're supposed to look like wood grain, but they're a craft cardstock. I used a couple frames out of there. What is this? Oh, this is obviously my concert stuff, right? Here is an extra, just random. I like to throw in, something that maybe will work for something that I haven't thought about. I did not use this, but I did pull it out a couple times. Here is New Year's Eve, which I used. Here's Disney, which I totally used. Is there a couple Disney in here? Let's see. Disney. Oh, here's a drink packet. Tweezers, always good to have just in case. What else do we got here? Disney. Christmas. Oh, I used, if I didn't use it, I sure did a Christmas one, and I didn't have much Christmas, so I was happy to have that along. Let's see, what else can we find over here? Oh, this came with the gel pen. I did not use this, but it is a good thing. You can put water in there. It's like a watercolor brush. A spatula that's in a couple of pieces. That's okay. These are from Color Rush Studio, and that is Frazzles and Ribbon. I did not use that, but it's a good thing to have just in case you need it. A paintbrush. I had a couple paintbrushes, which I did use. Oops. My brayer, which I used for my gel pad. And then I think a couple of these some of these can go at the same time. So I did bring just a couple stamp sets and some stitching stamps, and then a whole bunch of stencils, because you just don't know what you're going to use. And here's the other thing. They don't take up much room, and they're not that heavy. So I would do that again. The one thing I would say, I did use this stamp. That was because I needed a Christmas thing. I don't have much Christmas things. And I used journaling blocks. The one thing I would say is I didn't take any floral stamps. Next time I would take a floral stamp. I should write that down on my list. Some puffy rainbow stickers. Again, something that I didn't use, but wasn't bad to throw in there. I liked that I brought these. It says ribbon. They're really like twine or thread. So glad I had those, and I had a lot of options to choose from. Here are my Catherine Pooler inks. Oh, and I have one pink fresh. And I think that's why I didn't bring the pink, but I'd bring pink next time. But I had a good selection that I was happy with. What else? Another drink packet. Another random sticker. All right, here is my photo paper, so I was glad to have that. Now, I brought my printer. Next time, if we stayed at the exact same place, I might not bring it, only because we were so close to Walgreens, but it was nice. I did print some photos. Here is my Nuvo drops. I've got liquid glue, some shimmers, and then a spray. Totally, that was a good mix. That was good to bring. Oh, and I also brought some Nuvo glitter paste gels, and I don't know if I used those, but those were a good, that was a good mix as well. Let's see what else we can find in here. I brought my ATG piece of, okay, so I brought the ATG thing and 3 refills. I would do it again, but I mean, you just don't know how much glue you're going to use, right? So I'm almost to the end of the one, so I would have definitely need to have at least 1 refill. 3 was when we were overkill, but they don't take much room. Here's more Post-it notes. This is another ribbon. What else we got? Ooh! I brought, and these all sat in here like this, not only my flare from Scrap and Happy Studio, but